Hello everyone who somehow got here, and we finally have a glorious AEW pay-per-view Revolution 2022. This time you not just may be excited, but must be excited. Let's start. On the buy-in, Tony Schiavone was standing in the ring and said that he is going to present a very special guest. And then Kenny Omega's song hit, but there wasn't Kenny Omega at all. There was just his puppet Don Callis, who told that Kenny will be back and will win the AEW World Championship once again, just sucking up to Kenny again. Nothing new. Then we have QT Marshall take on Hook, who just had his first pay-per-view match, and he is undefeated. And here he also called QT Marshall into Red Rum and tapped him out. 5-minute match. House of Black battled Pac, Penta and Eric Redbird, where Buddy Matthews and Eric made their in-ring debuts respectively. It took 17 minutes, but it all felt like it's just warm-up to an upcoming pay-per-view. For example, Eric Redbird and Brody King trying to take each other off its feet. Hustle challenge. In the end, Malachi sprayed the mist under Eric's eyes. Brody King hit pile driver and Black pinned him. And now we make transition to the main part. Eddie Kingston didn't wanna wait and ran down to the ring to fight Chris Jericho. They didn't rest during the whole match. It was like high-speed bar brawl. Unscripted violence. Kingston kicked out of Code Breaker, took one more but was able to counter Judas Effect into a spinning back fist, and then finally tapped him out in a submission. Chris didn't bully Eddie, he was trying to fire up Eddie and it worked. The biggest win of Eddie Kingston's career. But Jericho was upset and didn't shake his hand. The next match was instant classic where Red Hot champions Jurassic Express defended against O'Reilly and Fish and Young Bucks. All these teams have always been showing best matches. Here are just 3 of these teams in the same match. Everyone knew that it will be classic. And of course it's 5 stars, the best match of the show. This came so close to that legendary Omega and Hangman vs Bucks 2 years ago. Red Dragon and Young Bucks were working together at first, but then started to quarrel. Also, despite his big size, Luchasaurus was able to show outstanding athleticism. Jungle Boy took so much punishment, but refused to surrender. So many fake endings, plus highest speed possible, it's easy 5 stars. And champions were able to retain and prove they are the best team in the world. Next is Face of the Revolution 6-man ladder match. Christian Cage is the veteran of ladder match. Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs were working together. Undefeated Keith Lee, comedy guy Orange Cassidy, an absolute beast, sensation, absolute favorite Wardlow who I bet on. I like matches where many big guys, it's always an action to see. Powerhouse and Wardlow broke the ladder in half, then Wardlow threw Keith Lee and Hobbs off the stage. Then he powerbombed Christian, then he powerbombed Starks on the ladder and won the whole thing. As we can see, I wasn't wrong, and Wardlow is finally getting his single push he deserves. So he faces a winner of Scorpio Sky vs Sammy Guevara. After the match, Tony Schiavone presented the newest AEW acquisition Swerve Strickland from Hit Row. Trust me, this guy can wrestle. MJF vs CM Punk started in a big way as CM Punk came out with his old school ROH theme song, Back Down Memory Lane. And also, this is the second ever dog collar match in AEW, a dangerous contest. Also, the longest match of this revolution, half an hour. Just such a solid, saturated, painful match. Both guys were bleeding. Their feud had started just after Full Gear 4 months ago. MJF beat Punk in Chicago, so this was time for his retribution, and the key moment was where MJF called out for Wardlow and asked him for Dynamite Diamond Ring. But he was like he couldn't quite find it. Punk hit JTS on MJF and there Wardlow gave the ring to CM Punk, and rightfully so. This was just the moment where Wardlow finally turned face. Then Punk hit that rat MJF with the diamond and won the match. This must be the end of MJF Punk and the start of MJF Wardlow. Next is Jon Moxley vs Bryan Danielson, one of the best brawlers against one of the best technicians of all time. During the first half, Moxley was struggling to do something significant. It was hard for him because Danielson always had an answer, had a counter. They also both were bleeding after repeated headbutts. But Jon Moxley didn't give up, and his craziness helped him to withstand all the punishment, and he managed to counter Danielson's triangle choke to a roll-up and win. But Danielson was pissed off and they continued to fight. But out of nowhere, former NXT General Manager William Regal appeared in AEW for the first time, mentor of both Moxley and Danielson, and he was able to separate them so they even shook hands. Obviously it's far from over and going to be a long story. Are they going to become a dominant heel faction, a dominant face faction, or Moxley will stay alone as a top face? I'm excited to find out. But they finished too early. Just give him 10 more minutes. Andrade El Idolo, Matt Hardy and Isaiah Cassidy vs TNT champion Sammy Guevara, The Icon Sting and Darby Allin was one hell of a classic brawl. Trash cans, tables, chairs. Just for example, Sammy Guevara dropped Cassidy from Titantron through the table with Spanish flight. Even 62-year-old Sting showed that he still got it and hit freaking splash through 3 tables on Andrade. Then Darby finished match in the ring with Matt Hardy, but he absolutely botched and missed coffin drop. But what a match. And the main event for the AEW Championship, as they call him, still undefeated Adam Cole vs People's Champion Hangman Adam Page. Cole was trying to talk trash during the match, but every time Hangman was able to shut him up with a punch. One funny moment, referee Bryce Ramsburg told Adam Cole, "When I count, you break, let's go." Then Cole immediately responded, "Shut your damn mouth." Also, Adam Page hit so many beautiful devastating chops, power bombs, pile drivers. Meanwhile, Cole had many tricks to counter. Adam Cole's puppets Fish and O'Reilly appeared to distract referee as Cole hit low blow, Panama Sunrise and the boom, but Hangman is so freaking strong and resilient that he managed to kick out at the last possible moment. Dark Order did some justice for Hangman and kicked the hell out of Red Dragon. Then Page finally hit backshot lariat, but it was fake ending as Cole placed his hand onto the rope. That's why he tied his hand with the ropes and hit many super kicks on Cole. Even his tooth came out. And he finished this war with boom and second backshot lariat. Hangman retains. This match was so freaking nervous. Interferences, distractions, low blows, super kicks, finisher kickouts, plus at least 4 fake endings. But at the same time, it's probably the best AEW World Championship match of all time. Go there and watch this. And also, every time AEW have a pay-per-view, it manages to get better than the previous one. And of course, in terms of wrestling part, there is no comparison with WWE. If you love wrestling, not storylines, go watch this revolution. Thank you for somehow getting here. See you later.